Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are quite a bit trickier. They're these smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 consonant stems. So this is a really useful diagram that shows all possible vowel and consonant teams and combinations. So if we take a look at this U here, so these little circles are all the U's. And it shows what the U is like just by itself on the word circle. So this is like the word circle line, and a U is on it with the line going outwards. And then our first stem, this deep divot here, which would be a B with no modifiers, it has a U going outwards in the middle of it. And then the next stem, a circle inside a word circle with no modifiers, makes it a J stem. So a J, U, and then our next stem is a shallow divot or a T stem with a U going outwards, and then a TH stem or a circle on the line of the word circle. So yeah, if this was read as a word, you read a bottom counterclockwise, and this is like a U, B, U, J, U, T, U, T, H, U, or Ubu, Ju, Tu, Thu. Woo. So let's take a look at our design. So just like the words, you read sentences bottom counterclockwise, and this has a lot of stuff going on. There are a lot of curvy lines. There are a lot of things happening here. So it's important that we know that these lines only count if they actually end on a stem, not pass through. So even though there's a bunch of lines going through this guy, no lines actually end on it, and just these dots count. And then for all these dots that are kind of everywhere, these dots can be inside, outside, on the line, wherever, but as long as the stem that they count for is the one that they're closest to. So we have this stem here, which has these guys here, and this is an A, and vowels can't ever have modifiers, so these dots all go here. So let's go ahead and read this design. So bottom, here's our first word, this guy here, and it's also hard to figure out where the word circles actually are. But anyway, here's our word circle, and this stem here is our first stem because it crosses that bottom. And it is a shallow divot with no modifiers because no lines end on it and all the dots are far away. So that's just a T. Continuing around here, we have an A. It's a small circle, and it's outside the word circle. Then we have this deep divot because it starts to curve back in on itself. So this is kind of, these two are like the borderline, what's a deep divot and what's a shallow divot. This one doesn't start to curve back in on itself, and if we cut the circle in half, it would be right at that halfway point. But this one, if we cut it in half, there'd be more inside than outside. So this is a deep divot, this is a shallow divot, and darn it, this is supposed to be erased. I'm gonna go fix that real quick. You're gonna see some behind the scenes because I already recorded my intro, so you're gonna deal with that. So this is gonna be some fun behind the scenes because I found a typo. So we need to click on this thingy and then find out. Okay, pasted layer 27. Where is it? It should be in Spencer, but it's not because I got disorganized. These are my dots. Make the dots go away. Time to find the thing. It's this line. Did I, for some reason, put it in Talia? No. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. I found it. 27. Okay, cool. I'm gonna grab my paintbrush to mask it, and now it's gone. Because I put them on layers so I can only interact with that thing. Anyway, there we go. It's better now. Now export it into all the ways. Replace that one. Sorry, this is obnoxious, but congratulations behind the scenes. And close this. I'm going to get rid of these guys because they are no longer accurate. Okay, cool. So, back to it. We did T, A, and then we have a deep divot with 2 lines. So that's an H. Continuing around, we have this next circle inside the word circle stem with 1, 2, 3 dots. So that makes it an L because this dot is closer here and in this word circle as opposed to this stem, which is kind of outside the word. And I generally keep my dots with the words that they're in, but 1, 2, 3 dots, part of this word. I, line going towards the middle, and then an A at the end. So T-A-H-L-I-A. And here's our next word. As I mentioned before, this is borderline between a deep divot and a shallow divot, but these 2 points would be like right at the middle of the circle, so it would be a shallow divot because a shallow divot is middle or less as opposed to more than middle. But anyway, shallow divot, count up the lines. There used to be this one here. Now there isn't. I made it better. 1, 2, 3 lines. Passes through, doesn't count. Passes through, doesn't count. Passes through, doesn't count. So we're good here. So that is an S. Continuing around. Here we have our next letter. These 2 are pretty much in line, but if there is a vowel and a consonant in line, or a vowel-consonant team, read the consonant first and then the vowel. So read this, and then this. So this is a circle inside the word circle, and it's got 2 lines ending on it. 1, 2. Again, it's important that these always pass all the way through, because it only has 2 lines ending on it to make it a P. Continue around. Here you have that vowel I mentioned before. It's an E, because it's on the line of that word circle. So even though it looks kind of like an A relative to the consonant, so an A would be outside both the consonant and the word circle, but this isn't the word circle. This is the word circle. This is just some lines coming from that S. Anyway, so P, E on the line of the word circle. Continuing on, here's our next letter. It is an N because it's like a P, but only 1 line. It's important that this doesn't end on it because only 1 line ends on that N. Continuing around, here we have a C because 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. And it's important that this dot's a little bit closer here so it looks like it's part of the C, not part of the R. Then we have that E. Then we have a shallow divot. This is a more obvious shallow divot. 1, 2, like I said, this one's part of the C. 1, 2, 3 dots, all closest to that R. It's important that this one is a little bit closer here than here, because it goes here. So Spencer, Spencer. And in the sketch, I had an S here, because you normally do phonetic. You only use this actual C in a name, because, you know, it's a name. And like Karen with a K is different than Karen with a C, so we use the C actually to show it's the name. That's a Spencer is a different Spencer than Spencer, so we make Spencer with the C because it's what it is. So here's the R, and then we have our last word here. Bottom of the word circle is this A, which is a little bit closer here than here, but if it gets nudged in here, it's fine because context, man. So anyway, here we have an A. And then it's part of this word circle. And then we have this stem with 1, 2, 3 dots. This dot is a little bit closer to here than here. And this dot is on the R, and this dot is on this R. So 1, 2, 3 dots are all closest here. That's the danger with doing these galaxy dots. And then we have the I. And then we have an S. 1, 2, 3 dots on this S. And then we have this deep divot with this dot, sneaky dot, closest to there as opposed to there, dot, dot, so 3 dots with an A outside the word circle, so D, A, because deep divot with 3 dots is a D, A, and then we have another I, line going towards the middle, just like this I, then 1, 2, 3 dots on this R, so A, I, S, D, A, I, R, no, A, L, did I say A, L? A, L, I, S, D, A, I, R, yeah, A, L, I, S, D, A, I, R. So yeah, quick read through. T-A-H-L-I-A S-P-E-N-C-E-R A-L-I-S-D-A-I-R. So yeah, that's that. Sorry for my little like in the middle fixing things thing. So yeah.